Okay, I believe I'm live on YouTube, but Facebook does not seem to be cooperating. So here we go live. Okay, I believe I'm live. So thank you for all the people who sent me healing thoughts last week when I had COVID. I appreciated a bunch. So I feel human again. I feel like I sort of know what's going on. So this site is called Take What Rings True. And the whole idea is I share spiritual thoughts that I've learned along these decades that I've been studying spiritual philosophy. And this week I want to talk about one of the halls that spirit guides would talk to us about, because spirit guides would come in to Sylvia Brown's body, who was a medium, a psychic, trance channel. She would go sit on a bench on the other side, and one of her spirit guides would come in and talk to us. So Francine is the one who would come in and talk to us about the halls and temples on the other side. And this hall is the Hall of Voices. Now, I've talked about this before, but this is part two. So, the Hall of Voices. The Hall of Voices is a beautiful hall, as it should be, since the angels spend their time there. And the angels that are in residence are the cherubim and seraphim, who are always considered the singing angels. But I want to talk to you about a different aspect. Now, um, this hall is at the entrance to the other side. You can enter it in many spaces, but the main entrance to the other side, we call heaven, the other side of earth, is the Hall of Tones, and then next to it is the Hall of Voices. And this is a white granite building with stained glass windows, and you can enter through great golden doors. And you may remember, well, you're on the other side. We communicate telepathically a majority of the time. You just know what the other person is thinking. And often, when I take people, guide people to the other side during hypnosis, they remember talking to their spirit guide or talking to a master teacher or talking to counsel. But what they actually are doing is communicating telepathically, but it seems like you're talking. And that's how you usually remember it. You can talk in Aramaic, you can talk in languages on the other side. But the majority of the time we speak telepathically or we communicate telepathically. Well, the angels also communicate telepathically, with one exception. They sing with bell like voices, beautiful, enthralling bell like voices. They sing a cappella, no accompaniment of musical instruments, and their music is so uplifting to the point the spirit guide Francine described it as many people who listen seem to go into a state of rapture hearing the angels sing. So it's a good place to go hear the angels sing, but especially on high holy days. And obviously, high holy days are holy days. And this is a time when angels get together and honor our Creator, I call God. So, on high holy days, millions, you and millions of spirits from all over the other side attend the angel concerts in the Hall of Voices. And you can hear the concert all over heaven. Actually, you can hear the angels singing, the cherubim and seraphim who are singing all the time. You can hear them in the background in heaven all the time. Sort of like, when you put music on and then you're studying or reading a book or working, but you can hear that in the background. Well, you can hear the angels in the background. So you constantly are hearing the angels. And angels emanate joy. When you hear a choir of angels sing, your soul is filled with joy. And on high holy days, when all genres of angels gather together, They joyfully sing the most magnificent songs honoring our Creator God. They sing some that they've usually sung, hymns, we would call them, but they also create new works of music for special occasions. Well, on any occasion, they like to create new music. So on these occasions, the high holy days, when you are surrounded by other entities and the angels are singing, it reverberates within you. The music fills every soul, every cell of every soul. So your being is filled with this feeling of joy, filled with this music. It reverberates through you. On very, very rare occasions, every few millennium, thousands of years, an event will cause the angels to be so joyful that the music, the sound transcends not only the other side, but you can hear it on earth, you can hear it through different dimensions of creation. So, one such time you may have read about in the Bible on the occasion of Jesus' birthday, the day of his birth, a choir of angels were heard. So the angels are so joyful that Jesus was born and going to bring the message of God is love onto earth, that they were singing so joyfully it could not be contained on the other side. It was heard on earth and it was heard in other dimensions. So can you imagine hearing a concert that is so joyful that it expands beyond your ken, beyond your knowing, going in all directions, in all places? What a wonderful concert. Now you can go there for high holy days, which would be like Easter, or there's holy days on the other side, but our high holy days on earth, if you think of your spiritual beliefs, what would be your high holy days? Those are the days when the angels get together and sing. So really, they do celebrate the birth of Jesus on the other side. They do celebrate Easter. They do celebrate the things that we celebrate on earth are reflected on the other side. The buildings are reflected. So Greece and the temples and halls in Greece and the ones in Rome were created on the other side first, and then the beautiful ones are created on earth. And the other way, if something beautiful is created on earth, then it's also reflected on the other side. Well, the angels fill the space with these wonderful, uplifting, transcending songs that they sing on holy days. So perhaps you would like to visit on a high holy day. So ask your spirit guide or your angel or both to please escort you there when you're asleep. Or you can astrally project if you know it's going to be a high holy day. You can go during hypnosis. You can go through meditation. And remember, all time is now for God. So Francine described time as like a merry-go-round. Like you can just get on board again. You can get on board again. You miss a choir singing, you can go back to that time because it comes around again. So you might ask your spirit guide or your angel to take you to a time when the angels are singing, when the whole choir of angels is singing, all the genres of angels are singing. You can go there. We've discussed that before. You can go to the Temple of Voices, the Hall of Voices, anytime that you would like and hear music. You may hear other musicians playing or singing, other singers, not just the angels, but the angels have concerts all the time. However, if you want to hear the most transcendent music of angels, you would go during a high holy day. So you can go through meditation, you can go by astrally projecting, you can go through hypnosis. So you can contact me or another hypnotist who can guide you to the other side and go to the Hall of Voices and hear the angels sing. So I thought this was an important part to add to the information I've given before, because it's such a wonderful, uplifting time to be able to go. And it's sort of like washes away all the negativity, washes away all the yucky thoughts, all the yucky feelings. It just is, you're so overloaded with positive and joyful feelings and transcendent feelings and uplifting feelings that the negativity of earth just seems so unimportant and so minuscule that it sort of just washes through your system and washes all that away. It becomes so unimportant. Not that the lessons on earth are unimportant, but they're minuscule in comparison to the millenniums and millenniums we've been alive, and the millenniums on the other side that we spend most of our time. So you get a shift in perspective, a shift in feeling, a shift in importance. Of course, we still have our earthly experiences to go through, but you can be more the observer. Rahim, another spirit guide and master teacher, would tell us, be the observer. You are a physical being. You are a spirit inside of a physical body. And Sylvia used to call it our car. And Francine would call it our jalopy. You have your physical being, your earthly being that you're just renting. It's not going to be with you the whole time. So you're in this physical being, but you are really beyond. You're so much more powerful and bigger as a spirit beyond this physical body. And your physical body takes up a little bit of space, and that's your earthly body, and your glorified body, your heavenly body, takes up so much more space. And that body, that spirit, is where we should focus our attention. Rahim would say, be beyond your body. Think of yourself as being the spirit, not in this earthly body, but being the spirit. And when you're focusing on being in your spirit, your glorified body, beyond the physical, then you're more the observer. And when you're the observer of life, you don't take all these little nitpicky things personally. Excuse me. Someone says you're dumb, you just go, oh, that's your opinion. Too bad for you. Somebody says, oh, you'll never make it through college. You can just go, that's your opinion. It has nothing to do with my reality. You start letting go of all the pinpricks, all the slings and arrows that people are shooting towards you all the time. Don't take those in. Let them go off and away from you. So if you focus on being in your spirit body, it makes life so much easier. Because all this stuff, you're just looking at it going, well, that was a dumb thing that person said. Well, that was a silly thing. Well, why did they think I would believe that? So think of being beyond your body. And one way to help you do that is to visit the Hall of Voices and listen to the choir of angels sing. It's sort of like a cleansing. It just fills you with such positive joy that all these nitpicky things just sort of like melt away and make you feel so much better. So please consider visiting the Hall of Voices. And you are more than welcome to contact me, and I'd be glad to guide you there during hypnosis. But do it during meditation. Do it during astrally projecting. Ask your spirit guides and angels to take you there when you're asleep, and ask to remember. So, thank you for visiting with me today, and I will see you next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, USA. Thanks. Bye.